Hello.
Hey, here we are. Waterfed Wednesday. We're back.
How's it going, Sean?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, good to be here.
Backside of June. So I'm feeling good. Rolling through summer here. Oh, lost the screen. What'd you do?
There we go.
All right, we're back. I don't have my sidekick, Alex. First time. I got Max.
We're all new here.
No one knows how to run the show. Alex is busy today. So hopefully everybody's enjoying the summer and staying busy. It's definitely been busy around here with some pretty cool projects. And what do we got here? Ontario Exterior Maintenance on Instagram says, I appreciate Max.
Hey, thank you. I
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So what I wanted to do today was do a little intro to some of our team members. It's kind of a concept we've been thinking about doing for Waterfed Wednesday. So we've got Max Bacon, probably my favorite last name ever.
It's got to be up there.
Max Bacon. Good deal. So Max, what do you do here? What department do you work in here at Reach Higher Ground Tucker USA?
Right now I'm in sales and tech support. I've kind of done a tour of everything though. But the past, it's been like a year and a half. It's probably been up front.
Yeah, customer service, sales stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But you've been here how long?
About 6 years. I was just thinking about that a minute ago.
6 years.
2018, June this time.
Yeah. Do you remember what you started doing the first time you started here?
There was glue and housings. A lot of carriers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cutting PVC.
A lot of that.
Pure days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So you've done the production side of things. Pretty much everything here. Shipping, I would imagine you've thrown your hands in the ring there as well. So we just want to kind of go through a couple things regarding what we've got going on promotion wise as well. We're running a free hat promo with every order. And during that same time stretch, we are doing a giveaway for $250 store credit. So check out when that, absolutely. Check out when that ends. That's definitely going right now. No minimum order. So just place an order on tuckerusa.com to get entered in for that. Looks like my hat's a little dirty. I ought to go place an order or grab myself one out of the bin there. So 6 years. And on the daily, you're on the customer service and tech support side. What do you think you enjoy most about this gig at this point?
The tech support and the sales. I just like talking to everyone, and it's always nice when someone calls in and asks for you, and you build that relationship with someone.
Yeah.
But company side, I like every time we do something new. Like when the Max Output came out, that was freaking cool to look at, cool to learn about. Any of that like new development stuff gets me very excited.
Yeah, very cool. It's always fun. The development side, obviously that's my wheelhouse there. And we've got a number of things kind of coming down the pipeline. So that's always fun. And you've been doing quite a bit of videos lately as well, huh?
Yeah, a new project of mine is kind of updating our catalog, and more people are wanting to work alongside a video instead of, just trying to infer what we're saying in a 3-page manual.
Mm-hmm.
And people can say like flush your carbon. It's like, well, what does that mean? So I'm going through and making videos of all of our carts and setting them up and unboxing everything. So people people can see how we do it.
Yeah. How to set it up, what the intention is, right? Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. We've got, how do you say that? You're going to have to help me out.
I can't really read it.
Come on. It looks maybe
Obrador. Obrados Verdos on Insta.
On Insta.
Hello, my friends.
How's it going?
Loving
the rocket ship emojis. So talk to me about that trailer video. You shot the trailer video for me the other day.
Yeah, that was one of those things. Like I saw you building that, man. I was looking inside. It was totally new. So that was that. I don't know who you built it for, but
we cannot disclose.
Oh,
honestly, I probably could. Oh, Brazil, love it. Awesome.
Okay.
Checking in from Brazil.
Got it.
I don't know that it's a secret, but I never asked for permission to disclose. Yeah. And, everyone's looking for somewhat of a competitive advantage in their local market as water fed becomes more the mainstream. So I think, somebody asked me some time ago when I first started talking about building that trailer about, the specifics, the prices, that kind of stuff. And I think what I said at the time was I'm not much of one to kiss and tell. So if you're looking for a skid on the pure water side, definitely keep us in mind. But it's going up to Michigan. A guy drove down and
Oh, really?
picked it up. Just the fact that it's 2 days on the road just to get here, and then another 2 days to get back is sort of humbling. That it's going to go through that just to get it. So pretty cool, pretty grateful
Now,
for that experience.
If you show up and you got everything in that trailer, like in that video, do people like it when you tap into their own water, or if you just show up with 400 gallons and you're like, we're here to work?
Yeah,
that's a lot cooler and more professional.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the differentiators, right? If you got a couple people in your market and, you're looking for a marketing edge, it might be that you say, we bring our own water.
Right.
So I think they have that capacity now. 400 gallons is going to obviously last quite a long time, even on some very big commercial jobs. But obviously a few more things there from a user advantage standpoint from that for their usability. They don't have to worry about looking for water, right? So if they go to a new commercial job and water's not there, or being that it's a cold weather climate, sometimes the water taps get turned off
right
on the inside, and the year before you had water access, and now you go this year and they're not on yet from a janitorial or custodial standpoint of just turning on the outside water supply. So you have everything built in, and you don't really have to sweat that. That's for sure.
You also didn't really have to worry about having your tank either, since you filtered into it and drew out of it.
Yeah,
you weren't cutting a tank in half with an RO system.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was pretty cool. I think it turned out great. Customers seemed pretty stoked. So we get asked to build custom stuff all the time. We've been in the soft wash world, the power wash world before, and it's really not our wheelhouse, not something I have much interest in doing. And all the custom stuff is basically me. I'm the one building those out. So it comes down to the time and the ability to do those in terms of what we can do. But certainly on the pure water side, sky's the limit in terms of what people want. And honestly, that's a fairly basic setup compared to some of the things we can do with automation and stuff like that. They just had a couple key things they wanted to be able to accomplish, and it's all built in there. Yeah, I found it interesting. They have a trailer that goes back many years, and the individual that drove out is the guy that's basically, I would say, kind of the branch manager or whatever for that location. And they would start filling that trailer at the end of their workday, and he would go home, have dinner,
right,
and then whatever time each night he would go back to the office and shut it off. So his key thing was automation, right? He wanted it to turn itself off, and it actually fills fast enough to where he can probably fill it before he even leaves the office at the end of the day.
It's like what, 3 hours?
Yeah, it's just under 2.5 actually.
Oh wow,
for 400 gallons. Yeah, and honestly, that was built with 21-inch membranes, so could have built it with 30s or 40s and filled it even faster. But that's the way it was spec'd out, so built it out the way they wanted it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool project, and I enjoy doing those. Keeps me in the office for a while so I can focus on something. But it was nice, and I'm super grateful to have the opportunity to build it out.
I do think it's fun to put your brain to it and create something cool like that.
Yeah.
Just go back to the drawing board and do cool stuff.
Yeah. And there's so many systems that I would love to build, but there's not a large enough market for, right? Like high production systems, you got guys getting into kind of niche, high production DIY systems. And it's not really our model. I mean, we have a DIY system, but it's sort of a basic setup for people that want to incorporate all the components that are on our carts. But when you get into trailer builds, we can really do a lot of really cool, high production, kind of custom niche systems. So it's kind of exciting. So looking forward to doing another one day.
Right on.
The last one I did was quite a long time ago. So, and that one had a lot of different services built in, soft washing, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, basically looking to do pure water only, big solar stuff, big window cleaning skids. So back to the day-to-day for Max from the tech support side of things. What's what's kind of the craziest tech support story you've got that you can share with us?
We had this guy bring in a 4060, and I don't remember what the chief complaint was, but when we opened up the carbon, it was full of bees all the way from the top of the insert to the bottom of the lid. And that he plugged into a spigot without opening it up first or checking it.
Yeah.
And the whole bee's nest had come out and
Yeah.
filled his carbon, which was pretty wild.
Yeah. He probably had no flow. That was probably the complaint. There's no water coming out of this.
I don't have DI water. I have BI water.
Yeah. I got no water. It's not good. Yeah.
That one's from Nick. I appreciate that joke, Nick.
Yeah. BI water.
BI water.
Very cool. Yeah. I think that was a local guy. We get a lot of different kind of over and over sort of the same tech support things, which I think is part of the spirit behind your desire to do more videos, right? In hopes that, somebody will watch some video content, and then if they run into something in the field, then, it kind of clicks for them as to what it might be. I don't do too many of the tech support type things anymore. I think mostly internally here, you guys, there's a team of 4 or so of you that are really good at kind of collaborating and trying to figure out what it is. But we run into a lot of the same things, and things that you guys can't do. Obviously, we escalate to me for the most part to try and get some support, and then you guys learn it, and then you know how to answer it. So being able to pass that same sort of experience on to the customer is cool, right? When they see or they read or they watch some tech support highlights or whatever it may be, if they run into it, hopefully it'll click and they'll remember it. What's maybe some of the most common tech support type questions that you get out in the technical support field? So
what I'm working on is the most common ones are, how do I set up a cart, or how do I diagnose my problem? And they have a problem. And I've noticed, especially with a lot of this attention coming on like social media, a lot of new people are getting into this industry, first timers and stuff, and they're buying the Ultimate Residential kit, or they're buying a basic kit, and they don't have experience with it. So the two problems the 2 things I'm trying to educate are setup and then diagnostics, so they can kind of learn how their cart's working and what all the components of a multi-stage cart are. So they're going to watch a video to set up, and then there's going to be a video on diagnosing your cart, making sure that your RO is still doing proper rejection. So if you notice you're going through DI faster, is it because I'm working in harder water at a different neighborhood? Or is my DI is my RO 2 years old and it's losing its efficiency, and so I'm going through DI faster?
Sure.
And I'm going to kind of break down, and I'm going to get the setup videos done first, and then I'm going to kind of go back and do every cart and diagnosing where to look for problems, if there are any. And then you can call in and say, this is what I'm experiencing and what do I need? And we can help you get the right filter or part.
Sure. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of the ones that I think I overhear or experience the most is, all the systems basically ship without the DI filter installed. Right. And that's in an effort to, extend the life from a storage standpoint as long as possible. It's an international brand, Tucker, right? So we ship across the world. And if we install the filter, it very well may diminish the overall shelf life of that by the time it gets there. And sometimes you've got 30 days on the water before it even gets near the customer in Australia or New Zealand or, wherever else it might be. I mean, we shipped an order to Brazil, it feels like almost 2 months ago, and they still don't have it, right? It's just customs this or whatever the scenario may be. So now all the DI filters are just vacuum sealed in a bag and in the box. And, a lot of times I know for myself, I'll get something and I'll open it up and the instructions I throw behind me and immediately I just get into it. Right.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, I imagine that's somewhat of the same thing, right? The guy opens the box. Oh, there's the cart, throws the cart in the truck, leaves everything else behind. And, he calls in, he goes, I'm not getting DI water.
Right. He says like, oh, I'm getting like 18 out, or I'm getting like 9 out. And
right.
The first question is, did you install your DI? And then there can be like a little moment of silence.
Sure.
And they go, no. It's like, well, we found the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Head back to the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or my guys are calling in and this thing doesn't work.
Right. So there's definitely hopefully to capture some of that with the setup videos. And yeah, other than that, I'd say that, I just enjoy talking to everyone, and
Yeah.
it's fun to get in to know all the
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah. And are you doing sales follow-up anymore at this point?
Yeah,
Out,
this week not as
outbound
much, but
calls? Yeah.
I am doing not the outbound following up.
Right.
That was
Right.
one of my favorites. Was
Yeah.
following up people who purchased our product and
Yeah.
getting there. That's more Jared, Carson, and Nick.
Okay.
But I do I'm doing reaching out now
Okay.
and seeing when customers are shopping and seeing what they're
Sure,
thinking.
sure.
And a lot of times they don't know about some of our packages like Team Tucker to
Right.
save money and get free shipping and be a part of that family.
Yeah.
Or, they're kind of browsing, and I'll call them and reach out and see what their goals are and see, maybe if you're trying to do 2 people at one site, let's look at this product, a 4060 or an
Sure.
H2 Pro,
Sure.
Yeah.
And you put together that that quiz that kind of leads you through the kit process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So we have a quiz on the website, and you could find it down towards the bottom of the page of the homepage. And it's basically a tree quiz where each one's a logic gate, and it says, what are your initial objectives, commercial or residential cleaning?
Mm-hmm.
And it asks you some follow-up questions like what's the highest you're going to clean, so we can get a pole in that package for you, and whether or not you want a pump, whether you want it mounted or mobile, you're going to roll up to a site, or whether or not you're going to be using a pump on it. And you answer these 5 to 7 questions. And, I created this quiz that's going to give you the recommendation of all of our catalog of here's the package that I think is going to work best for you. And, that was curated by me and Nick and Carson. And I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea to help people get an idea of what they're looking for.
Yeah. I saw a 46, I think it was a 4060 kit yesterday came through, and they utilized that tool.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah. There was
That's super cool.
some sort of note on the order that caught my eye. So that was cool.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So talk about Team Tucker. When does that make sense? What is it? What are the advantages, the benefits? Tell everybody what your thoughts are with the Team Tucker program.
I mean, Team Tucker, anytime you're getting into the Tucker product line and you're buying a cart and a pole, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, it makes sense right then and there. You're going to come out paying less than you would originally.
Okay.
And after that, you're going to be getting replacement filters. You're going to be getting, any other tools like, oh, maybe I want to try this brush now, or maybe I need a different pole. I've decided for shorter 10-story kitchen windows from the exterior.
Sure.
And so you're just going to be getting 10% off on all those products and free shipping, and the extended warranties on any of our products.
Mm-hmm.
Our products don't really get a whole lot of calls back because they're durable.
Sure.
But if they do, we take really good care of people in and out of the program.
Yeah.
But you do get that extended program with the membership, which is cool.
So how much is the membership?
It's $299 annually, $200.
$199. So it's a subscription based type model, right? It auto renews on you a year later. So anytime, and what that gets you, just kind of like basic, if you just talk about like for your dollars, right? Like, how do I get my money back? You're going to get free shipping on all ground shipments within the lower 48 states, and you're going to get 10% off everything, right? So basically, if you think about it from that standpoint, if you're spending $2,000, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you're breaking even on the cart,
right? And
then you're saving if you got a rival cart, you're talking $80 in shipping, so you're saving on that right there.
Yeah. So you spend the $200, you save $200 on your $2,000 order, and then you get the shipping on top of it.
Right.
So it's somewhere less than $2,000, and you've automatically made it back. Talk about. I know on the last website we had. And this will kind of show how far removed I am from some of the day to day, and really kind of highlight the fact that the team here is crushing it. On the last platform we had, there was the ability to go in and buy filters and auto get them shipped. Do we have that on the current website?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about that. How does that work?
So you can, when you go to buy a filter, there's a subscription package to where you save 10%, I believe,
Mhm.
on the filter itself.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a recurring subscription. You set it for monthly, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. And that's going to be shipped out automatically to your door.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Kind of like the dog food shows up for my dog Rhodey.
Right.
That whole deal. So I don't have to remember and I go to refill it and it's empty. I got no more dog food. So that's
Hey,
very cool.
Sam, just got your second filter. Nice.
Very cool. Hey, Sam, how's it going? Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. Yeah. So we do have that. I love that. I don't have a clue.
It's also on brushes too.
Yeah.
Say you're burning through your brushes and you like to keep fresh ones.
Yeah.
Some people will ride a nylon for 3 years and other people like to get a fresh one every couple of months.
Right.
Same
right,
thing. Yeah.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So that's a lot of what Max does on a day-to-day here. What's Max likes to do outside of work?
Recently it's been all work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been here, or, I recently decided to go try serving and I'm having fun with that. I think it's the same thing that I like with the tech support side.
Yeah.
Just talking to people,
Interacting with people.
Yeah. I've recently liked that.
Waiting tables, slinging beers, whatever
Exactly.
it might be. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I play some video games here and there. I go on walks, hikes, and
Yeah.
I'm going to a little vacation this weekend
Very
to get
nice.
away, and that'll be really fun.
Very cool. Very cool.
Do some whitewater rafting.
Max likes to work. That's what I'm hearing.
I tell myself that. I'm still figuring that out.
I think we all are. Well, any other thoughts? So we've got just a couple more minutes here. Anything you want to throw out there? Let's see. I've got some notes as to what I wanted to go through, but I think we hit on everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could just kind of reminisce.
Yeah.
It's come a long way, man. I've been happy to be a part of this company, going from 3 to how many people do you have in the back now? We're coming up on like 30 people, right?
Yeah, we're approaching 30 people. So when I say I'm not sure what's going on one end, it's kind of like I got a guy I can ask and figure that out. But yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, I think you started after Travis all those years back, and Travis was here about 10 years and then moved on. Yeah. But was it you, me, Kelly, and Travis at one point? The four of us?
It was Mike there as well.
Mike was there too. Yeah.
And I believe briefly Shane.
Yeah. Shane was on the pole assembly side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. That was fun. And that was when we were probably happy to do like 30 T carts in a week.
Yeah.
And now I go back
or a month. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 30
now they're
a
doing
month,
that a day.
And it's just walls of carts going all over the world. And that's not what we used to be, but it's crazy we are now.
It's working at something a little bit every day for a long time, right? Nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens with, just a few people. But yeah, I think we're always hiring now, which is one of the interesting dynamics to me, right? It's like once you get to a certain number of people, the human factor comes in and you have turnover for one reason or another. Somebody moves or, the commute gets to them or whatever it might be. So you're always looking for new talent, just like people are always looking for new customers, right?
Right.
You kind of get to a certain size where it's like you've got to have a marketing effort to attract talented employees and talented customers as well. That's a Portuguese translation that I still can't read.
Translated by Ricardo.
That's
Brazil.
in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not sure what he translated, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick is great. I've spent quite a bit of time last year when we went. Rick's based out of Vancouver and runs a Brazil Tucker distribution point, and had a great time hanging out in Vancouver. Vancouver's an amazing city. I really, really enjoyed my my visit there last year. Looking forward to getting back as soon as possible.
My only Canada experience is I was over in New York, and I drove across and went to Costco, and it must have been like 15 minutes across the border. But we had to go. My mom said, "You got to go to Canada," and I went to Costco and back, and that was about it.
I thought you were going to drop a Niagara Falls story on me, but no,
Costco. The Costco, Canada Costco, man.
Well, you've been there. That's all that matters.
So what's your, cause I feel like even last year, this time we were probably sitting at like 12 people, right? And now we're at 30 plus.
Yeah.
You find it hard to to put reins on how fast things are moving?
I think it's an interesting thing, right? Like some of the things that I've learned about product development certainly do lend themselves to the same sort of concept of growth at a manageable rate. Just because I have this list of things I want to put out doesn't mean that it's time for it, right? And so I've had to learn how to sort of slow that process down. And certainly the idea of, we bought this building only 3 years ago. It's 15,000 square feet. We came from 6,000 and we've outgrown it. And I'm really sort of
already
on a day-to-day basis looking for the solution to that, right? It takes a lot of time and energy to try and figure that out. We're looking at expanding from an addition or buying more buildings or, different locations. It's all kind of swarming as a possibility. But yeah, I think there's a matter of, there's growth for growth's sake, just to kind of like be growing.
Right.
And, that feels like that's what you're supposed to do as a business. And then for me, there's really kind of measured growth. And my focus right now is measured growth, making sure everything we're doing to the best of our ability, taking care of the customers, obviously at the forefront. So I think that's leading to a lot of it. And the marketing and the branding behind the name Tucker has really, taken off over the last few years with the efforts we have internally, and the product, really backs that whole experience as well. So yeah, it's an interesting perspective in terms of trying to keep up with the challenges associated with growth. I mean, there's several people whose full-time job is to make one product. It's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge for those guys. I'm sure as soon as they finish, they start the next one.
Another beam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you think that it would grow this fast if you were to look back 2 years ago? And did you think that even when you first acquired this, did you think that you'd be here? I don't think I've ever actually talked to you about what you thought this would be.
Yeah, I think for the most part, on it, when you're doing it, a lot of it yourself, it feels very constrained, and your ability to do things seems somewhat constrictive. Like you can't see what's possible.
Right.
But I can envision 2 and 3x at this point because the team around us, right? It's like every department has a great leader in it. Mm-hmm. And, from that standpoint, it's sort of like, well, I'm not doing it. Right. So it's just a matter of trying to have a high level vision of where I want to take it.
Right.
And getting everybody going in the right direction. Obviously right now our main limitation is space. And having people be able to safely work without being all over each other. But yeah, I can easily see 2-3x in the not too distant future for us. Absolutely.
That'd be wild, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Yep.
Doing a heck of a job.
Thanks, Jamie. They definitely a team effort for sure. Appreciate the feedback. I think that's our time for today. I'm glad we got this back. Our plan here is to do this every 2 weeks. So we'll set up an event. We'll set up some alerts, like it, whatever all that Facebook jargon is in terms of that, Instagram stuff, live on YouTube, wherever you're watching. Thanks for tuning in. Look for us every couple weeks. And I think we're going to do the interviews for a while.
I like the interviews. These are fun.
If you guys throw us product or topic suggestions, we'll certainly mix those in. But we're going to interview different people from our team for the next couple sessions anyway.
That'll be freaking cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Well, thanks, Max. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And you guys have a good, safe rest of your week. Take care,
everyone.